Hello, I am Sam Rosenthal, and this is my final presentation. As you can see here, I've got most of the hotel model finished. A lot of the essential textures have been created and applied, and now I only need to make a couple more for some of the railings and the windows. I may also need to tweak some of the materials before I can submit this, because I might want to make some of the windows shine a bit better, you know? Likewise, the dining room is also mostly finished. The materials and textures are looking fine, especially on the chandeliers. May have to tweak some of the textures, such as the rugs and the windows/curtains, before I can figure out how to submit to Sketchfab. Like, I would have to figure out how I would import some of the metal materials onto Sketchfab, because they were more built in for 3ds Max, and I'm kind of worried that they might not import successfully into Sketchfab. For the most part, I felt that I was successful in completing the environments I had started nearly half a decade ago back at MATC. I am genuinely impressed by how much progress I made since I started this project, seeing that how they now more closely resemble the reference images you see here that I mainly used as blueprints for this project. Give or take a few modifications. To make the texturing process go a lot faster, I had to use physical materials for many of the textures, most of which were just presets in 3ds Max for certain types of metals and other materials. And due to running out of time, among other certain complications in the finals week, I had to ditch my initial plans for working on the apartment and arcade models in addition to the dining room and the hotel, which is a shame because I really wanted to work on the apartment and arcade. One of the biggest challenges in this project was using Photoshop to make all of the textures for the models, which was a difficult and time-consuming process, especially on some of the more elaborate models. I got around some of this by using some of the physical materials in 3ds Max. The other challenge was finding time to work on the models in the wake of an even more clustered schedule in the wake of sudden changes to the school procedures. As I was working on this project, I learned about how to use the physical material feature in the material editor of 3ds Max, and I got some good mileage out of it for my models. And I also learned how to render wireframes of the models, which I then placed on my portfolio website to make it more interesting. I really wished I could have finished the other two sets I had previously started, but never had time to finish, such as the apartment and the arcade. Also, if I had known that Substance Painter was now part of the Adobe Creative Suite a lot sooner, I would have figured out how to download it so I could create textures faster and more efficiently than in Photoshop. I also would have liked to try to make a texture atlas to texture an entire room a lot faster, but what is done, and all I can do now is keep moving forward, I guess. This was Sam Rosenthal's final presentation. Thank you for viewing, and I hope you all have a nice summer. See you at the expo!